Good morning, friends. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada. My home is in Canmore, Alberta. Good morning. Welcome to the Creative Escape. Here we are going to be doing a neat Z-fold version card. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope this is a technique that you will give a try for sure. So, how's your Monday morning been? Oh man. Well, I have a zit the size of Mount Everest this morning. I dropped one of my husband's huge kombucha refill bottles. It's expensive on the ground, and ran out of poop bags for the dogs, and I ache like nobody's business. So it's been a great Monday morning. But I am thankful I have a wonderful husband who cleaned up all my glass mess while I took the dogs out to do their business. He didn't even gripe or complain or even let out a moan when he saw I broke the big glass all over the floor. So he cleaned that up all for me. And another bonus is that I'm so thankful that I get to work for Stampin' Up! Because when these things kind of happen, well, you can kind of deal with them, right? You have time to deal with them. And my joints, are killing me today. So once my little live is over, I can have a little rest and get back at it a little later on. So I can dream about cards for a while I have a little rest, right? All right, so let's get on with the card, shall we? Okay, here is the recipe. I will get that set up and going for you. So if you can we see all the things? Not overly. Okay, anyways, today's card recipe. You'll need a card base. I used a cardstock colored piece at, let me take my glasses off here, 5 by 3 3/4 inch. Then I have a big piece of Whisper White, or you could use a light colored cardstock if you wanted, and it is measured at 4 1/4 by 9 3/4. And what I did was I scored it at 3 1/4, then I turned it totally around and then scored it again at 3 3/4. So that way you have three and 3 3/4 sections that are exactly the same. And then you'll fold it to look like a Z. I'll show you how this all works later, but this is just to write down if you want the instructions. So the third thing is get kind of a coordinating designer series paper or a pattern piece of paper that's measured at 3 by 4, and you'll need another one for the front of the cover or front of the card that's measured at 3 1/2 inches. No, let's go 3 by 1 1/2 inches. And the cardstock that I'm going to use for a couple of the cards here is the needle point nook paper, so it's kind of fun. Next, you'll need either ribbon or a piece of cardstock or a pattern piece of paper, something measured at 1/2 inch by 3 inches, and another piece of cardstock, a different color than what your card base would be, and so that'll be measured at 3 by 4. You'll need a Whisper White cardstock piece or the light colored cardstock that you can stamp on, something that will fit your sentiment. So you might want to cut it out with an oval or a circle, or make it into a square, up to you. And for the sentiments, something a little bit larger would be great. And then of course you need the ink and a few embellishments, and I'm using some of the butterfly wood elements. All right, so let's go to the next view. Here we are. All right, I'm just gonna get that one set up for next. Okay, so this is the card that I made, and it fits the normal size of envelope, but look how it opens. Isn't that neat? So cute. It's simple, but it's cute. It looks like one of those complicated hard cards, but really it's not. So, and I'm using up some old envelopes that I got, and so that's why the measurements don't really look like Stampin' Up! Envelopes, but of course I wanted to embellish that a little bit there. All right, so our first card. Once again, I'm going to use that needle point paper. Put that aside here. And put my envelope aside so I don't get ink all over it. So here is my cardstock base piece that I've chosen, and it's Rich Razzleberry, and it was measured at 5 by 3 3/4. Then here's this big piece that was of Whisper White that was measured at 9 3/4 by 4 1/4. Yes, and here you'll see it's scored at 3 3/4. So I scored it here. I'll just pretend. So I lined it up here, measured at 3 1/4, 3 1/4, scored it. Then I flipped the paper around and did it again at 3 1/4. You could go along, but the problem is 6 1/2 is kind of right in that crease. I mean, it'll work to score, but I just found it was easier to flip it over. That's all I did. Okay, now we're going to take this piece of Whisper White paper and fold it into a Z. So I'm gonna fold it over there and then fold it. It's kind of like a fan fold, you know, when you used to make fans when you were a kid and you back, forth, back, forth. That's kind of what you need. All right, see how I made that? And it looks like, I guess, a backward Z, but it could be a frontward Z. Tricky. All right, next step. So I'm going to glue this onto my card base like that. So if we get some snail tape going. And just kind of center it onto that cardstock piece. I think that looks good. All right, next is the little piece of Designer Series paper that I'm going to put right on this second panel. Of course, our Designer Series paper has double-sided, so you get to choose which kind of pattern you prefer. I'm going to get this little needlepoint look out. And this was measured by 3 inches by 4 inches. It's perfectly in there. Fabulous. Next, I have a piece of cardstock, and this one is Petal Pink. And I'm going to put it into the third panel. Okay. Center that. Then here's where I have these little pieces here. This one was measured at 3 inches by 1 1/2. So I'm just going to lay that kind of centerish. And that should fit right across there neatly. And then I have the opposite side, which is measured at 1/2 inch by 3 inches, and I'm just going to put that down at the bottom of this one, just so it kind of lines up like that, adds a little extra interest. So this is the piece that could be, you could always put a ribbon across. Hi Karma, how are you? So you could always put a ribbon across here if you don't have a piece of Designer Series paper that kind of coordinates with this. Up to you. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I've got myself a little stitched circle framelit, and I'm going to use my Rich Razzleberry. Now this sentiment, the world needs more people like you, is, I believe, a free stamp set this month. Hi Sue Thomas. Nice to see ya. I'm just going to stamp that in the middle. a nice saying? The world needs more people like you. That's just adorable. Okay, I've got my Simply Chamois. I forgot to give it a little soap before I started today. Thanks for sharing, Sue. I think we'll be okay. Okay, Rich Razzleberry is one of those ones that if you touch it before it's, dry, it will smear. I think I want to put dimensionals behind it. So I did a big revamp of my art room, so I have to remember where I put everything again. So I'm being careful not to kind of move this piece of paper when I put the dimensionals on the back. Good, nothing smeared. Do you ladies have this needlepoint Nook paper? I think I'm going to put it off to the side a little bit, kind of up here. And then I have the polka dotted ribbon. I tied in a little bow there already. I'm going to get my glue dots. Good gravies, I can't type. Yay, somebody else who says good gravy. Anyway, I'm late. I'll catch the first part on the replay. There wasn't too much happening. I was just whining about my Monday morning. It's probably better if you skip it. Yeah, no, I broke one of my husband's kombucha refill bottles. Glass all over the floor. But he came out and he didn't moan. He didn't, get mad. He just was calm about it, so all is well. Just gonna trim that little ribbon up just a tad. Hello, Kim. So there we have it. Isn't that easy, simple, so cute? I think though we have to add pearls because we gotta add some little fancy bling to these things, right? And there. Let's see if this little guy still has glue. I don't know. Oh, he's sticking. And I should be using my take your pick tool. Maybe here. There we have it. Cute, cute, cute. Now I'm gonna just end off do this to the envelope. Now once again I said that I'm not using the Stampin' Up! Envelopes because I have a ton of these ones from Vistaprint that I got for free, so I might as well use them up, right? I'm Ukrainian. Hello, Tammy. How are you today? So what I'm going to do on this envelope, oh yeah, I'm going to, okay, my Monday has not been good. Take a deep breath, it'll be all off. So what I'm going to do to decorate this envelope is I'm just going to lay this piece of paper on the flap, give it a press, and flip it over, and that way you can see where you're going to cut around the envelope. So lots of new people visiting today. Where are you all from? I know that Sue is from, you said you're from, let me look, Ohio, and I know that Karma's in Boise. So there's the little flap, but I think I want a little piece on the front as well. Have to glorify it. And the reason why I say that is that my friend Lori Pandolfi makes the most incredible envelopes. Her envelopes are as beautiful as her cards. And she says she does it because really it's the first introduction to your card, basically. That is a page out of my book. Adhesive everywhere. Oh, good, good. Not just me. Washington, hello there. Wow. Oh, should we? Ooh, maybe we'll switch it up. Let's put this side out, because of course we have such fun paper and both sides have fun designs. So let's show off both sides. So anyways, back to Lori. She makes the most incredible envelopes, and she says they're the first introduction to the card, right? So when you get your card in the mail, in amongst all your bills, and you see this beautiful envelope. Carberry! Hello, Kim! Wow. Then, you know, it's kind of a, ooh, what's this? So, there's our first little card. Cutesy tootsie. Very simple, like I said. Okay, let's move on to the next one using this same technique. Once again, I'll put this envelope aside here. Get out all these Stampin' Blends this time. We're going to use that So Hoppy Together Little Froggy on this one. So, my card base on this one is going to be Bermuda Bay, and it's measured at 5 by 3 3/4. And once again, here's our little Whisper White piece of paper measured at 9 3/4 by 4 1/4, and I scored it at 3 1/4. Then I flipped it and did 3 1/4 again. Now I see I've got something on here, so I'm going to make sure that that is the piece that gets glued down. Now we're going to fold this up to make it look like a Z. So it's kind of like the fan fold, right? When you were kids. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right, so I don't forget, I'm going to glue this down right away. So we'll put some snail adhesive on the back of this Whisper White piece. See how it's a Z, backward Z, or frontward Z. And let's place this right in the center. Like that. Good, good. Next, you need a little piece of Designer Series paper. So I'm using the Gingham Gala. Ooh, decisions, decisions. The light, the big, the small checks or the big checks? I think I'm going to do the big checks on this one. So this little piece is measured at 3 by 4, and it's going to go on the second panel. Like that. Next, we're going to get another little piece that's measured 3 by 4 again, and this one's going to go on the first panel. This is Lemon Lime Twist. That was one of those colors that I thought, oh dear, who's going to use that? But it's quite a good one. Let me fix this for you so you don't have to stare at a crooked paper. All right, try and get it centered. Great. And then for this one, what I did on the last card, it was measured at 3 by 1 1/2. This one, I believe I just used a little piece, because what I was thinking is I'm going to put a piece of this Lemon Lime Twist that I ran through the corrugated embossing folder. I'm going to put that on as well. So the front is kind of very loosey-goosey, make it what you like. Change it up. Okay. How about there? This side I'm going to use the smaller check pattern. Now, since this is corrugated, it's kind of hard to use snail across it. It'll squish the squiggles. So I'm going to use my tear and tape for this. That way it kind of sits a little nicer. All right, one more little piece in this side. There. Now you can't burnish this like you would like, but Okay, let's try and get this backing off this tear and tape. It's always the struggle for me. So what is the weather like everywhere? I'm hoping that south of the border is a little nicer than Carberry is. Oh, I feel sorry for you guys. You are in a deep freeze. There. So as you can see, the little, they stay nicely. All right, so I've got myself an oval here, and that is what I'm going to use to stamp my little frog on. So I'm using my black memento ink. And I'll stamp this little dude. I'm going to stamp him off just a tad, which means I'm not going to be, he's not fully going to be on this oval, because I kind of want to put this butterfly in with him. And let's go with the butterfly. The butterfly looks like a little, his eyes are bug-eyed and only -18. Oh, you're balmy over there now. Fabulous. Oh man. I know I walked the dogs this morning. It was -7 and I was just frozen. The dogs are like, you know, hopping on their feet to try and keep warm. Poor little guys. We got a big snowfall last night, so of course that doesn't help my little Chihuahua and Yorkie, right? They puddled through the snow. And I wanted to say with gratitude on this card. There. This butterfly reminds me of a Manitoba mosquito. We are at the beginning of the Columbia River Gorge. Sun is out, but windy, 38 degrees. So you are a Fahrenheit girl. Wind chills -40. Ooh. You're a Fahrenheit girl too. Jen, hello, Annette. It's lunchtime over there already. Lovely. I loved your card, by the way. Good girl. And Miss Annette is working with, there's a group of us ladies, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, who are making some tutorial bundles for our customers. And so Annette's from Ontario, and we have Lisa from Boise, Idaho, and we have Vicki Wright from Australia. So if you purchase something from us ladies, you're going to get that tutorial bundle for free. Learn how to make 4 different cards. All right, I'm using my Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blends. I'm using the light version first. I like doing the light first. Some people like doing dark first. Up to you, it's your preference. Okay, I do a little bit at a time, and then I go back with the dark version to add some of those shadows there. Cute nose there, froggy dude. And we'll go around the dots. Make them stand out a tad. Get his leg. Okay, and then you go back with that light version and kind of blend it all out so you don't have such stark little lines. And I'll finish up his feet here. Try not to stick my tongue out when I color. Anybody else do that? Or is it just me? Okay. And I'll go back and just kind of blend this out a tad. All right. Good. Now, I think I'm going to use my Bermuda Bay for his belly. Oh, sorry, my joints are very sore. Super sore today. I'm gonna guess that it was from the snowfall yesterday. Fibro, ugh, not fun. Okay, blend it out a little. I'm gonna give him some little blue dots for his eyes. And then I was thinking for this butterfly, I was gonna do Highland Heather, but I think I'm gonna mix that in with some Bermuda Bay. Let's get some, let's do this here. Is this Highland Heather? Nope, it sure isn't. It's Blackberry Bliss. Anyways, that'll work. And let's go in with the Bermuda Bay. Wow, I need my glasses. That's so much better. It's hard when I'm looking up at the screen because then I have to go like this. I have bifocals and nobody wants to see up my nose. So I have to take them off and on, off and on. Okay, and I'm going to go in with this one. And to add some shadows towards the back. And this little dude has some lines on him, so I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to go back and, yeah. Okay, now I think I'm going to add a little ground for this froggy to sit on, so I'm just using the Smoky Slate. Something like that. So this one took a while just because I did some coloring, but really it wasn't that long. I'm going to pop that up with some dimensionals, which I put where? Over here. So tell me, who was the last person you sent a card to? Just curious. And if you haven't popped over to my Facebook page, well, you're on my Facebook page. I switched up the new, the Mail It Out Monday challenge, the poster, because people were getting confused by the mailboxes. They were numbered from 1 to 14, and I was asking for numbers 1 to 10, and so people were writing 14 and 13 and 11. So anyways, I made a new poster, and so hopefully that clears up all the issues. But put your name down, or pick out your lucky number there, and if your lucky number is called, then you will get a handmade card from me. I always love happy mail in the mail, right? This on the flap again. Of course, we want to use this paper. We don't want to hoard it. No hoarding in the cupboard. Use it up. If you love it, send it to your bestest friends. Share it with them. All right. And I think I'm going to put that little strip because I don't know where I would use that. Ooh, that's correct. Just a minute. Let's go 1 inch. And this time I will put the larger check out, facing out. Good. All right. So there's our cute little card. What do you think? I don't mind those colors at all. Of course, you could add some bling. You could add a little wood elements, flowers, or a ribbon. but we just made it simple. Cute. I love how they open. I think they're so cute. Okay, moving on to our third card. Get these things out of the way. Get a fresh start. All right. So this one, I'm using that Geared Up Garage set. Let's make a kind of masculine card. Lots of goodies here. Okay, move the envelope over here. And we're going to use this little, I don't know if you've seen these, but they're the little, oh, that's not the detailed side. Let's see the detailed side. The little embellishments for this set and the ribbon that matches. I just love how everything matches so nicely. Okay, so as my back base, I'm using Basic Black. Thanks, Tammy. 3 thank you cards going out to customers today. Nice. My first and last so far was sent to Lisa. Oh, aw, that's so sweet. I got a card from her this week. That was so sweet. I loved it. And I didn't even have I hadn't bought that paper, so that was pretty cool. Okay, what is happening here? I see this stuff is a little dinged up too. So let's go this way. I'm gonna fold up our white piece again. Let's glue that down. To the center there. Open up our little Z here. And for this one, I'm using the fancy paper for the second panel. A birthday card for a friend who just turned 60. Cute froggy card. Thank you. Oh, they'll love your card, Annette. That's awesome. There we go. And for the front of this one, this is actually the, oh no, sorry. What I was going to say. This paper, I don't know if you knew this, but this paper has this car in it, right? And if you have the framelits, it cuts this car out. Exactly. Isn't that awesome? They think of everything. So, yes. But I was going to use the back side of this paper because I thought it was nice and bright and orange. That will go on the front. That is 3 by 4, this piece. And then I cut this one down just a tad. So this is probably 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Just to kind of put a second layer. And then I have this same paper that I'm going to fit across here. But I think I was going to go this side. Was I going to go this side? No. Well, maybe that would tie it all together. Yeah, let's go that way. Now, 1, 2, oh, I can read numbers, so I guess they should go facing up. Okay, look at this, turny turny. Loving these Z folds. I know, and they're so easy. They're so simple. Okay, so what I was going to do on this, this is one of the little rectangle framelits. See the little stitching? Isn't that cute? So I'm going to use my Memento ink, and I'm going to use the All Geared Up to Celebrate from this set. Stamp down. Good, good. Now, I see there's a little bit of open spots there, so what you can do to fix this is get out your blender pen, dip it in your ink, and fill, oh sheesh, I am getting old. Put your little, what am I saying? Dip that in there, fill in the little empty spots, and you will never know then you just kind of run it out on your paper, and it's ready for the next color. And then this stamp, it kind of looks like a muddy mess or smoke or I don't know, pile of grease, not sure. I was going to use some smoky slate, and I think I'm going to stamp it off first before I stamp it on this little white piece, just to make sure it's nice. Ooh, it is light. Okay, never mind. I'll just, it either needs a refill or it's just that light right now. Oh yeah, there we go. And I think I like that in the inside over here. Why not, right? Let's oomph up the inside. That's got to be one of my goals. I don't do that. I've gotten onto the envelopes and I just haven't mastered the insides yet. Okay. Now I'm going to pop this guy up. Where did my dimension? Oh, right here. Right in front of my face. Yes, you need to get this bundle. So it's a good one. It's great for masculine for sure. All right, I'm gonna actually move it over to this kind of the second layer here. And then we'll put this guy, kind of pop him up as well. Dimensionals. Something so simple, but it just adds a lot of interest to the cards, right? When you use dimensionals. Do, 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 do. There we go. A little higher. Just don't want to cover the words. And then I have my little key with the ribbon. Maybe we'll put them. Yeah, I'll put them over there. So I'm going to use my glue dots. Back of the key. I'm going to roll that one a little bit just so that it stays on the key. It doesn't get onto the card part. Yeah, let's go over here. And I don't want those ribbons quite that long, so I will give them a trim. There we have it. Our blinged up man card. What are the dimensions for the base? What are the Z-fold dimensions? Okay, so in the beginning, I do have a, here, I'll do it for you right now. Let me see. Whoopsie. Buttons. Let's go this one. But I don't want it there. There we have it. Okay, I'll send it over for you. Here we go. So the card base is 5 by 3 3/4, and that big long whisper white piece is 4.5 by 9 3/4, but it is scored at 3 1/4. And then you flip it around and you do 3 1/4 again. So you have 3 1/4 panels basically. So hopefully that's that makes sense. I like your name too, by the way, Jennifer. All right, let's go back to the screen. I'll try and keep talking measurements while I do the next card. So here we go. Isn't that fun? And of course, I want to bling up the envelope. So let's get some snail. Oh, sheesh, losing hair. These have numbers, so let's get them facing the right direction. Trim this off. Okay, so that's the flap, and let's put that other piece that's left over onto the front. Just down here somewhere. Flip it over, put some snail. If you're just joining, these are not Stampin' Up! Envelopes. I got them with my Vistaprint orders. They were free, so I figure, hey, might as well use them, right? Use them up. I can tell, to be honest though, they aren't as good quality. You can see through them. They're very tiny. I had to get this bundle and coordinating papers when I saw it. Oh, I know that was the first must-have I had to have for sure. This bundle was awesome. There we go. Fun. I like it. Cool. All right, now this last one, last card. I like it. Let me get this stuff out of the way so I don't get all over everywhere. All right. Have you embossed on that Grapefruit Grove foil paper? Look at this. Look at this. Looks like tin or copper foil almost. Isn't that wild? So that was the tin tile embossing folder I ran through the Grapefruit Grove foil paper through with that. Isn't that stunning? Look at you go decorating the inside of the card and the envelopes. I know it. It was a good big stamp, but I did it. Yeah. All right. Just so you know, for this envelope, I decorated it by, this is a real Stampin' Up! Envelope. You can tell. Thick. Can't see through it. Anyways, I ran the flap through the embossing folder just to add a bit of pizzazz on the envelope. Inexpensive and simple way to get that done. Blueberry bushel. It often gets kind of pushed aside. I don't know. In colors for me, I never buy the ink pads. I just buy the Stampin' Rate markers. I just figure that since they're only out for 2 years, I am just going to get, you know, the minimal, I guess, amount of supplies because I know they're expensive for one. And it will only be here for 2 years, so that's how I deal with that. But all right, this paper actually looks fine, thank goodness. So we're going to fold this. So this was measured at 9 3/4 by 4 1/4, and I scored it at 3 1/4. Then I flipped it 3 1/4, embossing everything. Oh, I know, way. It just adds the extra oomph that just makes a card exciting, and it's so simple. All right, get our Z there. See that? Backward Z or a forward Z, whatever you want to be. All right, so I'm going to put some snail on the back of the one. So this is the backward Z. Make sure it's backward Z. Putting it onto my blueberry bushel, which is measured at 5 by 3 3/4. Open it up. So now you have your 3 panels. So on this middle panel, I'm going to stick this. Love it, love it, love it. Get out the snail. Use quite a bit because since it is bumpy, you want to make sure it sticks down well. Place that in the center like that. Then on our front panel, I've got blueberry bushel measured at 3 by 4. Glue that down. Center it. And then I cut this to fit. Oh yeah, I was going to put it at the bottom. Down at the bottom. Good, good. And then I have myself an oval again, oval, one of those stitched framelits shapes. You can see the little stitching. There it is. Like it. And another neat set is this beautiful lasting lily. So I thought this might go with the tin tile. And I will get some pumpkin pie for the flower. I'm actually going to stick the foam mat underneath just to make sure it stamps well. Looks inked okay. Okay, I'm gonna now I was gonna put the sentiment at the top, so let's go down just a tad. We'll put it right in the middle. Give it a little press, and the foam pad with polymer stamps just helps it kind of ink properly. You can always run your hand behind it. Sorry guys. Run your hand behind. There. Stunning. Alright, and then I have some, let's get this closed up, garden green ink for the leaves and the stems. I'm just going to shuffle this underneath my paper because it's going to end up going off a little bit. Do you guys have the lasting lily? Okay, and this of course matches up with the bottom of the calla. Of course I didn't get it to the bottom of the calla. So let's take our blender pen, dip it in the ink, and just kind of fill in this little area here so it's not quite so noticeable. There. Nobody will know. And then I do have a leaf here that I was thinking about putting a little over here, just off a little bit. I think that's lots. All right, simply chamois, wipe that off. And then for the blueberry bushel, I wanted the blueberry bushel saying kind of up here. So because I don't have the ink pads, but I do have these Stampin' Write markers, you use the paintbrush side and basically just paintbrush. Oh, see, I haven't used this stamp yet, so I'm going to practice. It's getting there. Sometimes it's got kind of a little film on it. When you haven't, if you haven't used it, you want to stamp a few times on your scrap piece of paper just to make sure that it's not bubbling or leaving a whole bunch of empty spots. Okay, I think it's ready. And now I've got glue on my finger that I'm sure will end up somewhere. But I learned a new trick for that the other day too. Get a little daub or a smear of something somewhere. Okay, let's go right here. Our thoughts are with you. Beautiful. So I'm just going to put that right on there with dimensionals. Okay. I think that's a little crooked, so I guess our flower is going to, that'll be all right. Okay, our thoughts are with you. And let's add some pearls to that too, because it's kind of a delicate thing. It's already blinged up enough with the copper tile. Let's go small. So here's your take your pick tool. Look how easy that was. You just push it off. give it a push. Sticks to the end. One more. You gotta have odd number of things. Let's go right there. Pretty, pretty. And there we have it. Look at that. My thoughts are with you. And the envelope. So there we have it. So let's review. We have this card. We had our little man card. Could be a woman card too. I had a student who went on to be a mechanic. I think that's awesome. Never would have saw that for her. But hey, you go, girl. Sometimes they surprise you. A lot of time, no, but okay. And here's our little froggy. And our needlepoint nook. And here was my example. So there we go. Such an easy way to make such a neat card that looks complicated, but it is not. All right, so I hope you give that technique a try, because if you do, please post a picture of it, of your project, and that way you will be entered into a draw for a prize. So if you post your picture, you'll be entered into a draw for your prize. I will announce the winner on Wednesday at Coffee and Cards at 7:00 p.m. So get working on that technique, get working on this layout, and so you can be entered into that. All right, if you would like to help me with my business, because I am full-time doing this, and if you like these videos and such, that would help me out. First thing you can do is share my video, share this video with all your friends on Facebook. That would be fabulous. You can use lots of love and thumbs up, hearts, even use a mad face if you want, to help, you know, with the Facebook algorithms. The more likes, thumbs ups, blah, 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 blah you get, then the higher up, the more your post gets noticed. So that would help me out. Another thing is, if you could write a comment, a recommendation on my Facebook page, that would be awesome. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is the artsyfartsygallery.com. It's a big red button, and that way all of the videos that I post, you will get notification of, so you won't miss any of these videos. Plus, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers so that I can change up my YouTube channel address. Right now it's blah, 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 and I want it to say the Artsy Fartsy Gallery, so it would be much easier that way. So please subscribe if you haven't done that already. Another thing you can do is place an order right now, and of course it's the best time of the year right now, celebration. So if you spend $60, you get a free product of your choosing from the celebration catalog. Lovely. I also do a monthly draw of $20 shopping spree, so that is coming up very soon. So if you want to get in on this draw, get your order in. If you do place an order, I will send you a handmade card and a little gift. Plus, like I was saying before, you'll get the tutorial bundle from us 4 Stampin' Up! Demonstrators from all over the world. So that's always fun. If you do order, please use the host code FQ7HPDCM, because that helps the little gifts that I give away to be a lot bigger and a lot nicer. If you are ready to shop, you can shop online at www.jen with 2 N's, Houston, like the city, .stampinup.net. And lastly, if you think that this is for you, I love my job. Like I was saying at the beginning, it allows you lots of freedom, and I love the creating and having fun with lots of people. That's the best part ever, and I love the discount. You don't have to have classes, you don't have to sell anything. It's kind of like having a membership to Costco, basically. You sign up, you pick out 225 dollars worth of things, and you only have to pay $135. So that's $90 of free stuff you get. Hello, I'm Ukrainian. You like, that's the best deal ever. Plus you get free shipping on that, so that's 10% savings right there. And you get to join the Artsy Hearts team. I almost call them the Artsy Farts. That's not what they are. And on that team, you'll get little challenges, and of course there's prize patrols, and I give away cash bonuses and prize bonuses to people who do amazing things in our team. So if that interests you, you can visit my blog, which is www.theartsyfartsygallery.com. All right, I hope you have had fun this morning. I hope this was a new technique for you, and I really am anxious to see your cards. Thank you, ladies, for joining me this morning. I always love when you share and you chit-chat with me. It makes it so much fun. So I hope to see you all here again on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for Coffee and Cards. All right, have an awesome day. See ya.